Thanks for introduction. I'm Apisit Kittawornrat from the CPF Company Thailand and Pig Business Unit. I have experience in at least 13 years in swine production farm, mainly in biosecurity, swine disease, and swine management. Yep. Well, that's a good question. That, in my opinion, I think the first thing is you need to have a good, actually base in biosecurity, because your biosecurity need to do more than 100%. 100% is not enough for me, and your practice need to have a reliable and practical for the biosecurity. And again, if you evaluate that your biosecurity or your area in your farm is not possible to control the outbreak, so the second thing you need to consider is the immunity against the virus. So, but the strategy is many things you can do for the vaccine, for the acclimatization. This is depend on the what is the suitable for your farm. For the piglet vaccination for the pest control, in my opinion, I think it depend on two things. The first thing you need to check that your piglet already infect the virus or not. If your piglet already infect the virus, in my point of view, I think it doesn't help too much for the vaccination. And the second thing is the area that you raise this pig is clean or pest negative area or pest positive area, possible to infect the virus after you move this piglet to that area. If yes, this is a good idea to vaccine before you move this piglet to that area. Okay. The whole herd approach is important because in the current situation, pig production bigger and bigger, at least 4,000 sows something, and this also comes with the subpopulation, and any subpopulation is sensitive for the outbreak. So for the whole herd management, this is a good idea to reduce on and to prevent the problem from the subpopulation. I think that's good. Yes, for the whole herd vaccination to the same strain or not in the sow and piglet, I think this is good question. That because in our farm we do both. We try to do both. We do both in the same strain of the virus and the different strain of the virus, because when we found the outbreak with the pest virus, we check with the PCR for which kind of strain that outbreak in our farm and see. And so far we found that we have a both result. This is a good result and nothing helped too much. So and so far we have still on the process to check and monitor that the result, what's going on in the long run. And for me, we do the same vaccine strain with the wild type outbreak. Yeah. Well, for the pest control for the succession, so far this is no magic answer or magic bullet that to have a clear solution. But for me, back to the number one question, that we need to do the more than 100% for the biosecurity, that practical, reliable, and this is reasonable to do. This is not over cost for the biosecurity, but this is makes sense. I think I call makes sense biosecurity. And so if your farm in the area that cannot control anything too much about the biosecurity, so the second thing that to do the immunity against the virus, this is a good strategy. So it depends on your farm that you may find the way to have immunity against the virus, maybe a vaccine or acclimatization or the live virus inoculation. That's depend on your farm. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you.